for someone who hasn't been watching Zeta, remind me how this works.
I'm only allowed to answer questions with very cursory yeses or nos, or I have done this, or please repeat, that kind of idea.
Okay.
So I'm going to play really tight to the rules here. Your job is to walk me through. We've already finished 94. I think you can tell that because we have a head on some sort of potato. So what your job is to do is describe to me exactly how I am to build this, but you cannot see what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. I'll stop looking then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I cannot look at the instructions that you're working off of.
Okay, great. Well, everything that you've been working on,
Yes.
throw it away.
Okay.
Put it to the side.
I don't need any of that.
We're not doing that whole beast that you've created.
Great.
We don't need any of that.
Tell me if my head gets in the way at all, please.
I can't, but
Oh,
somebody
but
else
will.
somebody else will.
Great.
All right. So I need you to find a piece with 2 bumps and a ball on it, like a socket.
Yes.
And then two pieces that look. It's like 2 double-sided pieces. Okay, a 2x2 piece, but it's got bumps that go up and down.
I have this.
Okay, I need 2 of those.
I have this.
Okay. And then also 2 opposite little wing pieces. They're like 2 bumps by 3 bumps. One of those bumps being shared in the corner because the little bump. The bumps make an L shape, but it's 2 opposing small wings.
I have these.
Okay, so the 2 wings face each other like wings would. So like the long long edges. Well, I guess the longest edges would be the hypotenuse. So those are facing away from one another.
I've done this.
And then they're on the same level as the 2 bumps with the socket ball. It is at the widest end of the wings that you've created. And then that whole thing goes on top of the 2 uppy-downy bump parts that are arranged in a little line now. I'm not even trying to do this in a useful way. I realize that I'm just talking absolute madness.
Mm-hmm. You are.
Okay. I think you know. I'm not watching. I think you know what I'm talking about.
No, not really, but I will try my best.
Okay. The 2 pieces that have bumps that go up and down, they just go beside each other.
Yes.
They're held together by the wings, which are like centered on them. So it's like there's, God, how to describe this?
Why not try cardinal directions?
Okay. So if we put the 2 uppy-down squares arranged in a north-south direction so that you have 2 by 4.
I've done this.
Okay. Then on the southernmost end of that, put
Yes.
the 2 bumps with the ball on it. Mm-hmm. And then on the same level as those 2 bumps goes the 3 vertical bumps on the wings on the left and the right, so that all 6 remaining bumps of the uppy-downy pieces are covered. So the wings should then have the singular bump of their L shapes overhanging the edge.
I have done this.
Okay, great. I think we can move on to step 96.
All right, good job.
Thank you.
Normally we all applaud when we get a step
Oh, good. All right. Yay, I did it.
Yay!
All right.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 small ramps with 1 bump at the top and 2 squares of coverage at the bottom, and 2 long curved ramps that should be opposite.
Interesting. I believe I know what you mean, yes.
So you could probably guess at where this goes, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Please do.
The 2 small ramps each go sloping. They go opposite one another, sloping down to the east and west on top of the 2 bumps on the ball socket joint, so that each of these new pieces has 1 square of space overhanging nothing.
I've done this.
And then the 2 sort of long curvy ramps, they line up as you would expect with those ramp pieces going up the extent of that little wing that you've made.
I believe I am doing this. I have done this.
Hooray, that was step 96. Yay! All right, now, oh, Lord, okay. This one's weird. Okay, turn that thing that you've just made upside down.
I have done this.
Now we need 2 single bump squares, 2 uppy-downy single bump circles, and a piece I have never seen before that is it's like a uppy-downy, extra thick semicircle that looks like it looks like the socket of a ball and socket joint inside the semicircle.
I have this.
Awesome. Okay, that piece that I just described goes in the northern point of underneath the long bendy ramps that you just attached.
I believe I've done this.
Okay. And then the uppy-downy single bump circular pieces each go in the bottom of the single bump square pieces to make two little constructions. And those go with the square piece end into the bottom of the 2 small ramp slopes in those open spaces.
1 second. Repeat that last step, please.
Okay, take the 2 uppy-downy single bump circular pieces.
Yes.
And put each of them into, like, you're making 2 identical units of 2 pieces.
I understand.
So put each of them into the single bump square pieces.
I've done this.
And then each of those new units you have created goes into the overhanging empty space on the underside of the small ramps that you put on in the last step that are now, because I said to flip the thing over, that are now, those empty areas are now facing up.
Okay. I believe I am doing this.
Okay. So then, now you should have the top of the hemisphere with the socket, 8 bumps from the first step that we did just now, and the 2 circular bumps all on the same level.
Say that one more time.
There should be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There should be 12 bumps all on the same height.
There are.
Okay, cool. Great. All right, cool. So then, that was step 97. Hey!
Good stuff.
In step 98, you're mirroring what you did with all of those ramps. So the 2 small ramps and then the 2 opposing long curved ramps, you're now putting on this side of the thing, making sort of a sandwich. So in the mirror of the places that they were before.
1 second.
Chad says, I miss Molly's auto-tune affirmations. I
That
don't
was-
even know what that is, and now I want that.
That was weird. But
I'm making sure to not see what Beej is doing.
I have done this.
Great, that was 98.
All
Yay!
right, good,
All right.
good.
So that now gets set aside,
Okay.
and now we need... I see what we're building. Okay. A flat, circular 4-bump piece,
I have this.
and then a tall circular 4-bump piece.
I have this.
Okay. Turn the flat one upside down.
Done.
Put the tall one into the bottom of it, so that it makes a slightly taller cylinder.
I have done this.
Then take a single bump circular piece,
I have this.
put that in the bottom of that, the bottom center of the cylinder.
I've done this.
We will need one more of those pieces in a moment, but first, there's a piece that looks like a plus sign or a D-pad. It's got one bump in it, and it's a plus sign.
I have this.
That goes again upside down in the bottom of or the top, depending on your orientation of what you've created.
I've added this.
Then the last one of those little bumps, the circular single bump pieces in the bottom there. So it goes flat 4-piece, tall 4-piece, single bump, D-pad, single bump.
1 second. That will do. Yes, I've done this.
So that's step 98. Hold your applause, because step 100 is a small cylinder with a bump on the end. You put down the center of that whole thing. That's the entirety of step 100.
Hang on.
What about step 99? That was step 99.
You said 98, but I think...
Oh, I'm sorry. I said 98 twice then. Yeah. Sorry.
I have done this.
Great. That was step 100. Yay! Okay. Now, 101 is we need 4 things that look like dismembered Lego hands.
4?
Yeah. So they've got a little grabby with a small cylinder on them.
I have all of these.
And then 4 what look like triangular scales. They're like squashed pyramids. Specifically, the shorter ones, not the longer ones. It's very clear about that in the instructions. There's a big
these.
X. Okay. You put the cylinder of the little hands inside them, so that you're basically making a little pyramid with a grabby hand coming out the base of it.
Orientation?
Great question. How do I word this?
Pan.
If the pyramids have been flattened such that they are extending east and west, then the hand, the little grabby hand, should be pointing north-south.
I believe I've done this.
Okay. All 4 of those now clip onto the 4 sides of the D-pad from the last step.
I am doing this.
Great. When that is done,
it is done.
then that is step 101.
Hooray!
Yay.
So then, that piece that you've just made,
Yes.
there's the ball near the 4 fins that you just added.
Yes.
That ball fits into the socket on the previous piece, and then onto the end.
Oh no.
Everything okay?
No.
All right.
1 second.
Some pretty catastrophic structural integrity failure.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
1 second.
All right.
We'll get this back.
No worries.
What did you put? Oh no.
And unfortunately, there is no what if. He has to do it exactly as Graham says.
Or how he believes I have said, at least, which I hope is going well.
My favorite thing about computers is they only do exactly what you tell them to.
I have done this.
Okay. And then you put the ball in the socket.
I have done this.
Great. And then at the end of the cylinder of a tall circular piece and a flat circular piece,
Yes.
place a circular cone that terminates in a single bump.
I have the piece. I have done this.
Great. That is step 102. Yay! The entirety of step 103 is to insert the entire thing that you've just created in what I'm going to politely describe as the butthole of the other thing that you've created.
The butthole of the potato, yes.
Yes.
Orientation?
You can just say quick.
I'll make a guess.
If the potato was standing, the bumps on the top, or the bumps on the ramp shape are pointing up and down.
I've done this.
All right.
Yeah.
And then you can sort of kind of close those scales on the D-pad slightly so that they sort of cluster around the cylinder that terminates in the cone.
Yeah.
I have definitely done this.
Great. That is step 103.
All right.
Yay.
Step 104, which is we're rapidly approaching the end game here. We need 6 little double-ended sort of bars with a wider cylinder in the middle, and 6 of the now longer scales. And you put them all in there. Luckily, orientation doesn't matter in this instance.
All right, I will do that now.
If your potato is standing, would its bumps be like this or like this?
I am doing this. I am still doing this. I have done this.
All right. So then those now get inserted into, there are 2 holes on the back of the potato's head.
Yes.
You orient these fins vertically. You put the hole in the thing, but you would be able to twist the fins, so the fins are vertical in the back. So 1 each in the holes in the back of the head.
I've done this.
And then below that, like just below that, I'd say at the top of the shoulder,
Okay.
the innermost holes, because there's like 4 possible holes across the top of the shoulder.
Yes, there
So
are.
the innermost 2,
Yes,
and then the same 2 holes on the next level down.
I understand.
Great.
I have done this.
That's step 104.
Yay.
Hey.
And then, yeah, we're rapidly approaching the end here. So 6 more of those little double-ended dumbbells, 4 short scales, and 2 long scales. Insert the rods into the scales.
I am doing that now.
Alrighty.
They feel interesting because they are not made of the same material as the brick. They are made of PVC,
Oh,
so they're like rubber.
are they bendy?
Yeah, they flex.
Oh,
So they don't put a child's eye out, I guess.
I guess that's probably for the best.
I have done what you have asked.
All right. The 2 long ones go in the holes beside the bottommost long fins you already inserted.
Oh, I see. I am inserting them.
2 of the small ones go in the holes above, so the outermost options on the shoulders.
I see.
And then the other 2 short ones go in the outermost holes at the bottom level of the mid-back.
I have done this.
Excellent. That is 105.
Wow.
And that is actually there is yet to be a particle effect created, and then that will be the last thing. So for this last step, a large purple disc with a square bit that's like fused in the middle of it, I think.
Yes.
Onto that, place a tall purple circle, and then a flat purple circle.
1 second.
Yeah.
Tall purple circle. Only attaches one way. I've done the tall.
And then a flat purple circle on top of that.
I am doing this. Maybe. I have done this.
And then on top of that, a tall purple circle.
I have done this.
And then another purple disc.
I have done this.
And then another tall purple circle.
I have done this.
And then a rounded purple disc. So, or a rounded purple. It's the same width as the tall purple circle, but it's flat and rounded at the top.
Dome.
Domed, yes. That's a much better way of wording it.
I have done this.
Then there should be a gray bar
There is.
that you ram up from the bottom of the whole thing.
I shall. I am doing this.
And then that's 106. Hold your applause. The
1
last
second.
step is to put the stick into a hole directly in the potato's mouth.
1 second. I have done this.
That is step 107.
Yay!
And that should be it.
What?
What
Wow!
have we made?
According to this page here, Tyranitar.
Oh, Oh, I see it now.
Hey.
Yeah, that looks.
Looks
Yeah.
like a Tyranitar.
That's
Which
amazing.
Ultraman is that from?
Here, Beej, come check out the picture.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous about all of those extra parts on the side there, but that does look like the picture.
Amazing.
This is how those kits tend to
almost
come
perfect.
together.
Yeah.
Oh, they just give you extra bits?
Yeah, a little
See,
extra
like
bits here and
GSI.
there.
Got oriented
Yeah.
correctly.
Oh, I see that. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
And also, there's a problem with one of the feet.
What's the problem? Is it just?
Oh, they match. They're not supposed to match. They're supposed to be mirror images of each other. That's how we built them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
This Tyranitar has 2 left feet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this all is exact. Oh, it is. These are bendy.
They are
Yeah, this
bendy.
is all exactly how it looks in the book.
We showed you 2 feet. You must.
Yeah,
be
this
amazed.
is perfect.
Yeah. I'm glad.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Let's give you guys a. Well, you guys have probably seen it a little bit more, but yeah, we can bring it up to the front. Kind of show it off a bit there too. He has this giant rod in his mouth.
He's like firing, I don't know, plasma beam out of his mouth.
Sure, I'll buy that.
That's
Purple blast.
it's called a dark pulse.
Dark
thank
pulse. Great. This
Desert
weird,
power.
this weird bulbous-looking thing. Neato.
Great.
Well, I'm glad we had fun building this on Zeta and also finishing it on Omega. I'm glad we could get to that.
I'm glad we got to give
Yay.
the. I'm glad we got to give the viewers at home satisfying conclusion.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Viewers like you.
And to that end, I don't know how you're going to make it fit in the mystery box.
Me neither.
Good.
Yeah.
I will find a way to put it in a box.
Before
That
that
would be
happens,
fantastic, thank you.
Jordan is curious in a non-lewd way if we've ever tried putting a dinosaur into a pain box before.
Can the Dark Blast
yeah.
feel pain?
Can Dark Blast trigger a dance party? Let's find out together. Remove the.
Surely.